This man is Ron Reed. He owns the Surf and Sand mobile home park in Capitola, California. This is Mark Alpert, a lawyer representing Mr. Reed in his attempt to close the park and evict its residents.
What resistance is all about is about the wealthy residents that have homes in this park as vacation homes and second homes, and who have spent a great deal of money under the mistaken assumption that they have a permanent right to rent control at 20% of fair market.
We've tried to purchase the park from Ron Reed 3 different times.
People need to realize that these are wonderful people at the park. Their homes are very well kept, and it would be a terrible shame for anything to happen to this park.
You know, I visited the park today, and I don't know if any of you folks have been to the location. It's a small town. I'm guessing you have been. Looking at those homes, those tiny single-wide homes, 50 years old, 60 years old, 600 square feet, 700 square feet. No one would pay a dime for one of those homes.
So which is it? A vacation paradise or a slum? It's clear Mr. Alpert will say anything in order to persuade the city of Capitola to side with his client and to allow for the closure of a park that has been in place for over 50 years.
This was not here. It was just a coach. I'm going to hate to leave it, and I hope the time never comes when I have to, but we just have to wait and see what happens, huh?
Yeah, I agree. It would be a sad day.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it be for all of us, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Looking around the Surf and Sand, it's obvious to see that Mr. Alpert's claim that the Surf and Sand is a playground for the rich is false.
That the closure of this park is somehow about protecting low-income seniors. It's not about that at all.
I'm Bill Newman. My wife Ann and I have lived in number 73 in Surf and Sand. We bought our home there over 20 years ago. With the park owner's approval, we placed a brand new manufactured home on our space in 1995. As you can see, I'm old, and Ann and I are both disabled. We have invested nearly all of our life savings into our home here in Surf and Sand, and we've come to ask the protection against the direct threat to our only place of residence.
Nancy Brewer.
Thank you, Nancy.
I live at 44, and practically all the homes that are owned by people there are actually in really good shape. And even though I'm 80 years old, I made mine in good shape, and you can just go look at it. It's 44. It's really nice.
Good evening. My name is Hank Ryan, and I'm here with my wife, Karina Ryan. We own space number 56 in Surf and Sand. We purchased our coach and began living there on April 1st, 2007. We purchased the coach, which was actually 470 square feet on the outside, for $175,000, and I just want to point out that this is our only home, and we used every penny we had to buy it.
We moved into our coach October of 2004, so we've been there about 4 years now. We owe a mortgage of about $150,000. It's our only home. It is all of our life savings put into that home because that's what we could afford to get into.
I paid $100,000 for my mobile home, and ever since I've been there, nothing's changed. And everybody would know I have Lake Reber out in the front, and when it rains, I can't even get into my front door, which is fine because I can do it. I'm young enough, I can do it. But the problem is, owning a business, I understand that if I ran a business the way Ron Reed runs this park, I wouldn't have a business. So I just think we keep hearing this from everybody, and I see all these people, and I think that enough is enough. This has been going on and on and on and on. And the problem is, all along this time, the park still looks like crap. Nothing gets fixed. Nothing gets helped. He may be tired of running a park, but he still owns a park. And he still owns a park, so he owes these people a decent place to live while they still can live there. Until which time he has no conscience and can destroy a lot of these people.
I have lived here for 7 years. I didn't know anything about the park closure at the time in 2002. I live on Social Security disability. I have no other money for another place if the park closes.
The resistance of the residents and the resistance of the city to closing this park has nothing to do with protecting low-income seniors. This process of subdivision closure, it's been going on for years.
Many of these mobile homeowners are seniors. We have a total of 81% of seniors in our park who are retired on fixed income or their unlimited income that allows them mobile home ownership. We also have residents who are disabled and they live on assistance that would only sustain this affordable housing. In this group, we have a significant personal investment in our city, and not only monetarily, but in their service to our city's community through their volunteer time at senior centers, charities, churches, and other city activities.
The language in our Capitola ordinance is very clear. This chapter provides a procedure and standards for reviewing applications for change of use or closure of mobile home parks, determining reasonable mitigation measures, and protecting residents from tactics such as intimidation and excessive rent increases designed to pressure mobile homeowners to relocate without receiving assistance pursuant to this chapter. Without such assistance, mobile homeowners may lose the investment in their homes, which may be their only asset, and may not be able to relocate to decent, affordable housing. I think it's often interesting to go back and look at the actual language that set this up and look at the intent of it, and then look at the actual words, and then apply it.
I am using this directly speaking to the Capitola ordinance for the closure of a mobile home park, which requires the residents to be provided replacement housing within the radius listed. And because of that, I recommend to the City Council to reject the relocation impact report.
Time for a roll call vote.
Move approval of the resolution?
We already have a motion and a second, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Commissioner Harlan?
Aye.
Commissioner Newman?
Aye.
Commissioner Ortiz?
Aye.
Commissioner Termini?
Aye.
Chairperson Burke?
Aye. Carries 5-0.
A unanimous vote by the Capitola Planning Commission in support of the park residents.
Last month, Mr. Albert, counsel for the corporation, made a statement that the value of the park was $3.3 million.
This park has been appraised at $3.5 million, or $3.35 million.
The residents of the park have offered $7.3 million for the park. If I wanted to get out of a business and someone offered me double what it was worth, I don't think I'd think about that very long. I'd leap at the opportunity. I'm not sure if standing up here I look better or worse against a background that other people see. You don't. What I'm referring to is this painting that is done by a person, Bob Holter, I'm 56, I think he's 57. Bob Holter, I doubt sold this painting to the city. I bet he gave it to him, didn't get enough for it. He is also a member of Surf and Sand. And he's sick and he can't protect himself. And there are others that can't protect themselves. And I'm asking the city of Capitola to do what governments are there to do, to use the law and the facts that are in this properly to protect the residents. Thank you.
Thank you.
But the Planning Commission is just the beginning. The battle is far from over.